Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It is Wednesday, September 3rd. Special shout out to my friend Diane, whose birthday it is today. The moon is in Capricorn still. The roll up your sleeves, get the job done, organize, building things that last the test of time, Capricorn. Very practical, very pragmatic, its own sort of bottom line energy. So yesterday I spoke about Mercury moving into Virgo, and how right before that, it made an inconjunct to Saturn, and that today it would continue to move through that gauntlet of transpersonal planets, becoming the focus of a yod today, with an inconjunct from Pluto and an inconjunct from Neptune, and a square from Uranus. That square from Uranus breaks open something within us. Ideas come flying out. Rebellious energy, very rebellious time. I was watching a few videos this morning, and they were talking about all the protests over Labor Day weekend. Excuse me. So people are rising up. People are having their voice heard. Bernie Sanders was in Maine and backed Graham, I think his first name is Graham Platner, who's running for the Democratic Party there, to take on Susan Collins in the next election. It's like a 40-year-old oyster farmer, and a real maniac, just like a regular old Maine person, which is the best kind of person. No BS, hardworking, straight talking, pragmatic and practical. What New England has always been known for. If you haven't checked him out, you should. I'm sure many of you already know who I'm talking about. If you happen to live in Maine, check him out. Platner. It's like planter, only the N and the T are switched. We also today, interestingly, have with the moon and the square between Uranus and Mercury, a hammer of Thor, which is also one of these configurations. The hammer, the handle of the hammer is the moon in Capricorn. The people want people to be responsible. Who is responsible? And of course, today we also have, I believe, the Epstein's victims. There's going to be a hearing. They actually did talk to the Democrats yesterday, and the Democrats came out full of fire and fury, and for good reason. If you haven't checked the Democrats' response to what they heard from the victims, you should really check that out. All right, so enough politics. I don't have to tell you guys what to do. You certainly know what you're doing. But as I said, this Mercury energy is hard to it's hard to really get a beat on things, but this is a process of really making the adjustments necessary in our perspective and getting the facts down in our perspective. There is some obfuscation. They're going to continue to try to obfuscate. That's Neptune. But we will know the truth. And I think with the eclipse coming and this whole week, which is very very powerful week, I think that we're going to learn some things, and we're going to see that people just ain't going to take it anymore. Just not going to take it. Now, I know that word on the street is that Trump is going to Chicago. I don't know. I will hear from Ona, I guess, on that. But just pray for cooler heads to prevail, for no real trouble, and for our friends in Chicago and other cities that will be targeted by this administration to stand strong and to stand in peace. They want us to get out of control, but it's them who are out of control, and it's up to us to stop them. All right, guys, have yourself a great morning. Sorry about the political talk. I know that it's not exactly astrology, but the astrology is reflected in the politics, and I think that's an important correlation to make. Do your best to figure things out for yourself. It applies to us as well. But there are new ideas and new energy coming in and a new consciousness rising up. Be part of the new. Walk in love and compassion, and let go of any self-criticism as we find our way together into the future. Not a future that they're showing us, but a future that we're creating. All right, guys, have a great day. Much love. Namaste.